Brooklyn Independent Television.
Music is on.
Yeah, we're back. We wanna win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What made me want to start a cheerleading team here at Brooklyn College is that I came from the University of Northern Colorado, where I cheered there, and I came out here to do my master's degree. And when I was out here, I realized that they didn't have a cheerleading program. So I talked with the athletic director and said, why not take this opportunity, getting my degree in sports management, to apply some of my education background as well as my experience cheering to something that I just felt needed to be here. Even though it's a commuter campus, I understand that the kids don't have the same experience that I had when I was in college, but definitely wanted the school spirit at the basketball games to be more. It definitely makes a huge difference when you have a group of cheerleaders there. The style of cheerleading that Brooklyn College Cheer brings is a very collegiate feel. We have stunts, we have traditional stunts. They're built what we call 2.5 high, which means that there's one person on top of another and then a half person on top. It's not half a person, but we can't build shoulder on shoulder on shoulder. So we bring those stunts, which are definitely traditional in your college setting. It's a very collegiate look. Other all-star teams or high school teams, they can't do 2.5 high stunts. We don't step. So we do very short chants and short cheers, and it's about rallying the crowd.
Let's go, Brooklyn! I've been cheerleading since I was in the 8th grade, and my high school team was a competitive cheerleading team as well. So I've seen, pyramids and stuff like that, but nothing like a college pyramid, because in high school you're not allowed to do certain stunts. So when I got to college and saw the collegiate legal pyramids, I was like, wow, I have to base that, I have to try that. I was afraid. But I was afraid and excited to tackle on a new challenge. I wanted to exceed and proceed in my cheer career.
I wanted to join cheerleading because in high school I danced for 4 years. I've never cheered ever in my life, junior high school, or anything. And I just always been interested in cheerleading, so I decided, why not? Let me sign up for it. I was a little hesitant at first, because I looked them up and they looked amazing, and I'm like, I could never do the things that they do. But then I went to tryouts and I made it here.
When the kids are learning these different skills and bringing it to the floor, it definitely makes a huge difference when we're starting from the ground up and they're learning basic skills so that we can continue to grow from there. If they don't have what we call an elevator, then we can't move on to an extension, which is raised. So we have to take these small progressions and these small skills.
Totally
I get a lot of athletes that have never cheered in their life. They never stepped, they never danced. So they come in here like, I'm gonna try it, why not? And so I really challenge them and get them in shape. It's a lot of strength and conditioning, cardio. They do a lot of stuff outside of the practice room to prepare themselves. They're lifting other people, so it's a lot of weightlifting, it's a lot of skills, fine motor, gross motor skills. Also being able to balance and coordinate and timing and synchronization. So there's a lot of things that end up going into it, but that make it overall the collegiate feel and the collegiate look and enhance the experience.
Pilo, when you're here, you're pulling back for that. So it's like you're instead of letting the pop come up and pull, you're pulling back for some reason, wanting to come here. Let them pop you. It's like you're pulling your leg backwards. When you're here, instead of letting that pop come up and hit here, you're here and you're letting it come here. Right up. That was better. You just were a little flustered.
This is my 3rd year on the team, being a flyer. The flyer is the person that usually tops the pyramid and gets tossed into the air by the bases, the people under her. And you have to be very controlled, flexible is like, something that you have to have, flexibility. And you just basically get tossed everywhere. And it's the person that usually gets showcased the most throughout the routine in pyramids and in stunt combinations. I was really nervous being a first-year flyer because you really have to put your trust in your bases and your back bases because those are the ones that have to catch you. You're putting your life in their hands. So I wasn't really familiar with just trusting random strangers with my life. But once you see that they've been on the team or they're good bases, we even did trust exercises where we just fall back and they have to catch you. You can't hesitate when you fall back, and that was a trust exercise we did. You just basically get used to trusting them, and the thing with flying is you have to stay confident in what you're doing and just focus on what you're doing and let them focus on what they're doing, and then that's how everything would just work together. So now everything is just natural to me. I don't think twice about being in the air. I'm not scared because I used to be really scared of heights.
Good. That one was a lot better.
And now I'm not scared of being in the air. That helped me conquer my fear of heights. So I'm really grateful for that.
5, 6.
My standpoint on cheerleading as a sport is I feel like it is a physical activity. And I say that in the fact that we don't have a win-loss record. And when they classify a sport usually has a win-loss record. And we compete once. So it's either 0-1 or 1-0. There's nothing more than that. So in the category of stunt, which is a new NCAA sport that they're trying to get out, it is cheerleading, and they compete, and that's all they do. They don't do the spirit side of it. So that part of it, I do consider a sport. I consider this a physical activity. So there's a lot of other things that are physical activities. I want to be counted as a sport, but when you start getting into NCAA issues, then that becomes a whole nother thing that I'm not sure that I want to touch. So I like the fact that we're able to cheer on the team, but have that one night to ourselves to really showcase what it is that we do. And it always turns people's opinions around when they say that it's not a sport. Once they watch us for that one night, they're definitely won over because they know they can't come onto the floor and do what it is that we're doing.
Push it! This is it!
The future for BC Cheer, I want to get them on the map nationally. I want for them to go and compete in Myrtle Beach or go compete in Daytona or in Walt Disney World. I want the world to know who they are, not just New York City. So that's really kind of what I want to see them do and how I want to see them grow. I want, of course, for them to continue to cheer on the men's and women's basketball teams and to be ambassadors for Brooklyn College because it is an amazing school and they have amazing opportunities here, but the world needs to know about them.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.